very clear in your mind. You are not running a democracy.
Early on in my career, I had probably my most embarrassing lesson, which was don't try to sugarcoat bad news.
Human nature is to mortgage the problem until that point in the future where you have no other choice. And I think a lot of leaders embrace that, but it's a mistake.
I think it is important to embrace who you are. I think it's harder to try to be something that you're not.
We all make decisions. We make decisions every day, but so do the people who work for us. The real test is people who can make difficult decisions.
I have found over and over again, when I've looked at companies that are in trouble, one of the key things that's missing is a clarity about what it is that they're trying to do.
Thinking that a good manager belongs in a silo and can't go outside the silo, I have credentials that prove that's not the case.
I was a young female in the sports business in 1975, and there were very few people that would have said, we give her any chance of success.
Just sometimes you need to follow your instincts, because often your instincts can be absolutely right.
Mediums you and I have as a leader is to communicate through stories. I like to call them strategic stories because in many ways they're stories with a strategic end in mind. They're a powerful tool which many managers and executives forget to deploy. Stories have enormous power in terms of recall. If you look at statistics, if you look at PowerPoint, if you look at documents, what you discover from all the research is that there's almost no recall. So you can use all the PowerPoints you want, you can use all the statistical presentations you want, have all the handouts you want, but almost none of that is remembered. What will be remembered are a few compelling stories that you share with your organization, with your team, and those will guide them when they're far away from you, which, by the way, is much of the day.
When enthusiasm goes through your heart, it's unstoppable. And when it's it's your life and it's part of your template for who you are, I mean, it's unstoppable.
People who are not performing know that they're not performing. And time again, I found that people are relieved to be taken out of situations where they don't see a way to be successful.
The consumer around the world is demanding more and more choice, more and more variety, and better quality. And the bar is being raised the whole time. And the secret is not just keeping up with that bar, but actually staying ahead of it.
There's an awful lot of things that go on today in the business world where it's clear to see that they are not sustainable over time.
What we liked about 50 Lessons was there's a huge amount of variety that we can choose from. So we can take a particular objective coming out of a workshop or one of our large group events, and we can find the exact match that will allow us to have a relevant comment from 50 Lessons. They're not someone trying to give a lecture or a theoretical model. It's people speaking from the heart and telling a little story. It's insights through stories. And that works very well. It's very compelling. It just seduces you. It just takes you in, and it gives enough information to be stimulating and interesting.